What the fuck is going on here? Oh, where's my fucking dashboard? There we go. You gotta change this. Properties. Wishclaw. Claw. The claw is the law. That's much better. Alright. Today, if you weren't sure, we're going to be streaming with the Claw. I was able to get 4 copies of Wishclaw Talisman, the new Throne of Eldraine card, which is out on Magic Online now. So as you can see, there's a playset in this Doomsday list. This is not Experimental Frenzy Doomsday. This is closer to like the older style of Doomsday. I played around with this list a little last night. I think there's a lot of reasons that Tendrils of Agony should just come out and not be in the deck. Because there's a couple reasons. One, I want to add Street Wraiths, so at least 2 copies of Street Wraith, and we're just going to start with 2. It is a free cantrip, which is good. It does things that we want to do. I don't know if you really want the full 4. But anyway, so there's Street Wraith. And also, there's just, with Street Wraith in the deck, and with Wishclaw Talisman occasionally drawing into your pile, being your cantrip into your pile, there's a lot of ways your storm count it would be difficult for your storm count to get up to 10. So I think the deck is just going to be better by going all in on Jace, which has some potential issues with it. But so be it. I've been thinking about adding a couple Empty the Warrens to the board. Admittedly, this deck doesn't make any red lands. So maybe that's a bad plan. Maybe if we wanted some kind of grindy backup win condition, there'd be something else you could use. Let me think. Maybe instead of the Sylvan Library, do I have any Saheeli? Yeah, my girl. Could be interesting. We'll try it. So I'm probably going to play a practice match or 2, and then I'm going to try and jump into a league. But I want to make sure this list is not like totally shit. You know what I'm saying? Before I waste tickets in a league. So let's try a practice room match with this list just to get things rolling, and maybe let some viewers join in here. It is almost 8 a.m. actually at this point in my country, so perhaps viewership will be low, but we'll see what happens. Apparently there's people online at Magic Online at least. So win the roll, which is good. This hand is not very good, I don't think. It's probably too risky to, you know what? This deck should have an Empty the Warrens in the main. I think. Something you can use Wishy Tea for. I think I need to mull this, though. Okay, this is a keeper. I'm probably going to put back one of the Lotus Petals. And I'm just going to play land and pass. The reason I'm doing that is because I'll probably want this Preordain to draw into a Doomsday pile at some point. So I don't want to just spend the Preordain. But this is part of why I think it might be worthwhile to change the mana base up a little bit and play an Empty the Warrens in the main deck. so that you have a kind of a fast win, an alternate win when you don't want to go for Doomsday. Because that's what the Burning Wish version used to be able to do. Is you got to use Burning Wish for empty, much like that, as a backup plan. Okay, so we're just up against Burn here. Or not. Just Burn with the exile. Oh, interesting. Some kind of mono red something. I don't know. It's Burn with like a grind to your backup plan, I guess. Okay. Those are good cards. I think I can win next turn. So I'll play out the Wishclaw Talisman and pass. And then I'll kill him if I get to untap. Hopefully there's no Eidolon. Okay, no Eidolon. So I'm going to take a hit from the Lava Runner, but I just don't, unless they have, the fuck's it called? Like a red blast in hand, I don't see myself losing this game. I suppose Bolt plus Fire Blast and passing the turn here could do it when I cut my life total in half. But no point in not going for it. Let's jam. And if I get killed by Bolt plus Fire Blast, that's just the way it is. It's just what happens in this matchup. So it's kind of interesting that after I just talked about Claw sometimes drawing into piles, that's exactly what's going to happen here. Sort of. Basically, this is going to be a double cantrip pile with the Claw as the second cantrip. But if they have Bolt Fire Blast, it's just going to get me here. I wonder if there's an argument for having Ideas Unbound in the deck. Not that I'd be able to cast Jace off of it in a pile like this, but I'm just thinking if you have a Lion's Eye Diamond and a Claw, you can crack the LED and crack the Claw and get Ideas Unbound and have two mana left to cast it, but I just have a hard time seeing how you're going to win games off that. It's really annoying to me that, like, 3 Wishes, oh, I guess maybe it's because they're face down or something. They get put in this pile, but the exiled cards with Doomsday aren't face down, so I wish they would set them aside like they do for fucking Act on Impulse. Probably should have targeted them so I could see another couple cards, but if they have Bolt plus Fire Blast, they're just going to off me regardless. Alright, so yeah, turn 3 is about the last turn you can win against Burn. After that, they pretty much got you. So I'm going to bring in the Fatal Pushes here. I think I'm going to cut a Wishclaw Talisman. Cut some of my slower cards. I can cut all of these Duresses probably. So we have a couple more slots. Maybe I'll bring in a couple Decays. I'm just, like, I don't know. I'm not sure this is like normal Burn because I saw G2 Lava Runner and Experimental Frenzy. So I don't know how much some of this removal, how much good some of that removal is going to do. But Wishclaw Talisman's a little slow in this matchup, and the Duresses aren't good, and if they have pillar effects, then I need some ways to get rid of them. So we're just going to rock that and see where it gets us. Now, let's think. If I was going to try and fit an Empty the Warrens in this deck, where would I put it? Maybe go down to 3 Wishclaw Talisman and put Empty in place of 1. Could work. This hand has a lot of mana. But it's actually like 2 cards off from winning with Doomsday. It needs a cantrip and it needs a Doomsday. But on the other hand, it's got interaction. I'm willing to try it. Let's try it. I think on the draw, we're kind of unfavored against burn. They don't do anything. I'm definitely going to get myself potentially fucked by Price of Progress. So I'm probably supposed to fetch basic Swamp with this and Trop with the Scalding Tarn so that I don't get boned by, or boned as bad by Price of Progress, if that's a card they play. Alright, so there's a Smash, which isn't going to do a whole lot as long as I sequence my spells correctly. Pyroblast is probably the card to take here. Relic doesn't do much of anything except make my Cabal Rituals a little worse, and they're a few turns off from Frenzy. So we'll take the Pyroblast. And I play the Relic, sure. Now, Decay doesn't do anything against Frenzy, so I definitely need to find some business soon. I'm assuming they'll be casting Frenzy next turn, and then killing me in short order. Potentially as few as 2 turns after that. Oh, fuck, I meant to get the fucking Trop. Oh, well. Okay. Huh. I wonder if I'm supposed to do a pass a turn pile here. They have 1 mystery card in hand. And more likely than not, they're just casting Experimental Frenzy next turn, and then they're not going to be able to do anything with it. Let's think. So if they drew a Bolt, and then they crack Relic, draw another Bolt, and then for turn they draw another Bolt, I could die. But if any of those cards aren't bolts, I think I'd be in pretty good shape. I'm just going to go for it. Rather than wait to draw a cantrip for an indeterminate amount of time, I'm just going to jam here. Oh yeah, ripping fucking farts. And I'm going to have some extra mana. Is it worth it to put a Thoughtseize in my pile? Probably not, right? Unless they drew another Pyroblast, but if they drew another Pyroblast, they're just going to Pyroblast my cantrip. So yeah, it's probably not worth it to try and fuck around like that, right? Actually, maybe the thing to do is put like a Brainstorm in so that if they let the Jace resolve or something, I can... How many cards is that? Oh, I gotta click the Jace. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this. Hopefully this will work. There. And I'll just pass. Two viewers in the house. I tricked 2 viewers into watching. They don't crack the relic, so that's one fewer draw for them to find the necessary amount of burn. Although I suppose they could crack it later. But still. Just gonna do what I can. I don't think there's any benefit to them playing the Experimental Frenzy right now because it doesn't seem like they have any fast mana, so they wouldn't be able to like kill me right away with it, and it would just tap them out. So we might be able to get them to tap out a bit, play some of their mana. If I play one Lion's Eye Diamond and then actually they're gonna smash me. Maybe it doesn't make sense to do that. I'm probably supposed to not leave myself open to a smash because I know they have the Smash Smithereens, right? So there's no reason to get smashed and then have them have drawn more burn spells when I can avoid that. Actually, no, I need this other Lion's Eye Diamond, don't I? Yeah. Because my pile has the Brainstorm in it. So that was poorly thought out, but they just let me do it. So missed opportunity for them, I guess. This might get Pyroblasted if they found another one. Okay. If they have a Pyroblast, this is definitely getting Pyroblasted. Unless they think they're being cute. But they really should just Pyroblast that. Alright. I'm assuming there's no Pyroblast. What's the fucking hold up here, dog? The fuck are you doing? Oh, they're cracking their thing. Alrighty then. Oh, trying to get cute. I'll let them bolt that. One bolt's not going to kill it, though. You got another bolt? Nope. Right? Sudden shock, yeah, that would fucking suck. But it wouldn't matter. Like, there's, I don't know, nothing I would have been able to do about it. So, people play weird cards and shit happens sometimes. Alright, I'm going to try and fit an Empty the Warrens in here. So, if I was going to do that, probably cut the second basic swamp for a volcanic island. And then take out a Wishclaw and put in an Empty the Warrens. Alright, let's try one more practice match, and then I'm going to jump into a league. Alright. So I lost the roll this time. That hand looks like crap. I'm going to mull that. That hand is not a lot better, but I'm going to keep it. So I'll keep this. I think I'm just going to put 3 wishes on the bottom. Oh, they gave me the play, so it looks like we're against Manaless Dredge. I wish I had noticed that earlier, but that's okay. So I probably don't need to fetch basics, but I can. So presumably they're going to do some discarding here. Yep. Alrighty then. So now see if I had cracked... No, never mind. But I am going to get Underground Sea here. Yeah, that's pretty much my plan. Is I'm just going to play... I probably should have played out the LED, actually, just to avoid getting it potentially therapied away. But I'm kind of just going to hope that like they don't have their own Street Wraith. So they double Narc Amoeba, but nothing else to do. So no therapies or anything, which is good. But yeah, let's see. So next turn, if I can find a Dark Writ, I win. Find a Dark Writ or Doomsday, I win, I guess. Since I can use the Wishclaw Talisman to find the other. I know there's what on top of my deck? Some kind of cantrip that I'm going to draw. Alright. So hopefully they're not the Manaless Dredge list that's been playing Force of Will in the main, because that would kind of suck, but if they were, they probably would have forced the Wishclaw Talisman, I think. I don't know. Nether Shadow. Okay. So draw Preordain. Maybe it was a Ponder. Oh, Thoughts. Oh, I fetched last turn, of course. Okay. So I'll just start with Brainstorm. There's a Cabal Ritual. But I really needed a Dark Ritual, right? I mean, I'm not dead right now, so... Or it doesn't seem like I'm dead. Put back the Thoughtseize. Put back one of the fetch lands. Well, I'm just going to play out the LED this time and pass. It looks like I'm going to have to pass another turn. So hopefully they don't dredge too hard, and I'll be okay for another turn. Because next turn I'll be able to... Okay, there's a dredging. I have a Dread Return. So hopefully nothing to return with it. Nothing worth returning anyway. I don't want to get comboed out. Yeah, I'm not so concerned about the force of will, potential for force of will. I'm not gonna like, it's it's a possibility, but um, I don't know. It's pretty unlikely. Most of the manaless dredge lists aren't playing it, so I don't. There's not a whole lot of need to. Okay, so they dredge the Balustrade Spy, which means I'm dead, right? Because they have Dread Return. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I needed to hit some. I needed to hit a. The fuck's it called? A Dark Ritter or a Doomsday off of that brainstorm, and I didn't. Um, is it worth bringing Veil of Summer in? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. I'll take Empty out. We're not going to be using that. And I can take out the Cabal Writs and pass. I anticipate being able to win games 2 and 3 in this matchup. I don't think that'll be an issue. But if I can't beat Manaless Dredge, then I'm definitely calling this deck a piece of fucking garbage. Alright, so the trick is going to be on the draw here. Would you like to play first? No, I would not. Thank you very much. This hand is probably good enough. If I can preordain into a Dark Ritual, this is a turn 2 kill. So I'm going to see 4 cards. I'm keeping this. I have a draw step and then a preordain. Another LED. None of those cards are worth it. Fucking Lion's Eye Diamonds out the fucking ass, dude. So hopefully they don't discard Phantasmagorian, because that'll make my Surgical worse. Actually, not Phantasmagorian. If they have a Street Wraith in hand, that'll make my Surgical worse. Stinkweed Imp. Okay. Dark Rit. Or Lotus Petal. A Wishclaw Talisman. Well, that's good enough. That'll find me the Dark Rit for next turn anyway. I'm going to play out one of my Lion's Eye Diamonds so I don't lose it. And then I guess I'm just going to fucking zap this right now. There's no reason really to wait. No Street Wraith, that's good. Double Therapy in hand, Balustrade Spy in hand. Alright. This is looking pretty good for me. So, should be able to kill him next turn. And then you discard the Shambling Shell. Yep. And then we blow him away. Alright, that was easy, as it should have been. So just run it back. Try and do the same thing in game 2. So here we're really looking for some discard. Discard or one of our grave hate spells. In on turn 1. I haven't seen like any discard. I guess I saw Thoughtseize in game 1, but it wasn't really helpful. So they're gonna play second, of course. That hand's crap. Okay, that's a keeper. I'll put one of the dark arts on the bottom. If I happen to draw a... wait, they played first? Are they stupid? Okay. I'm gonna fetch. Probably should have fetched with the Misty, but whatever. I don't think it's gonna make a lot of difference here. Okay, a Vine Dryad. Bridge from Below, Golgari Thug. Is there any card that it makes sense to take? Probably the Vine Dryad, because they can actually cast that if they have something else. If they draw a Grave Troll or something. Alright, Brainstorm. Hope this Brainstorm finds me something good. Well, it found me another Thoughtseize, so that's not nothing. But if I don't find some business soon, I'll start to get into trouble. This is where the trouble starts brewing. Probably a Brainstorm would be my best draw here, and then brainstorming into like Doomsday and another cantrip. Jace. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna cast him. Target myself, of course. Probably mill some fucking Doomsdays. Why does it make me put the cards into my graveyard? That's really bizarre. Okay, so if I can avoid dying right away, which hopefully is doable, then I might still be able to win this game. Double Force of Vigor, a Phantasmagorian. So the Phantasmagorians were good hits for them, but it also means they aren't killing me this turn. Which is good. So that gives me some time to try and find Grave Hate or the kill. I wonder if I really need 16 lands in this deck. Like I was playing 16 lands with the idea being I could play 4 basics and not have to be like cantripping for lands sometimes. But it's possible it's just too many lands. All right, give me something good, something to work with. I guess I can Thoughtseize. It's not gonna affect the game plan here. And that way, if they do have some interaction, I can get it. They don't really have anything. I guess I put another Nether Shadow in their graveyard. That seems like the most in. I mean, it is not really going to matter at all because of Phantasmagorian. Fucking A. God fucking damn it. There's some cards I would have liked. Fucking A. Why Thoughtseize there? Because they do have interaction post board, and it doesn't matter to my plan to like win the game. So it's to take any potential post board interaction they have, and then hope that I find the hope that I find a Doomsday off my Ponder. But yeah, I mean, there's not really anything I can do right now, so. Do I know? They still don't have a Dread Return right now, so if they don't find a Dread Return, I might be able to win. I'll be taking a hit from Icarids and Nether Shadows. But I basically only need to like top deck a Doomsday. I'm just gonna hit yield through this turn. Well, still no Dread Return. They can think they can cast Hogak now. So they'll probably do that to put lethal on board for next turn. Alright, so there are 6 hits, the Doomsday and 2 remaining Wishclaw Talismans that win me the game on the spot. Any cantrip could find me one of those cards to win me the game on the spot. Theoretically, Jace draw into like a brainstorm and then brainstorming into something could win me the game on the spot. If my draw step is a blank, which it fucking is. I suppose it doesn't matter who I target at this point. It's a load of shit. Okay. Maybe 16 lands is too many. Gotcha, bitch. I'm only playing 3 Preordains? I thought I had 4 Preordains. Alright. I'm going to cut a land. Maybe it's not worth playing the Volcanic Island even if I'm playing empty. Like, just use Lotus Petals or LEDs for empty, because if I'm trying to go off with a fast no Doomsday kill, it's going to involve artifact mana. So that's probably a safe play, and I'm going to put in the 4th Preordain. Alright, I'm going to jump into a league. And with this fucking pile, and we'll see what happens. Alright, here we go. Win the roll. Have to maul. That's keepable. So I'm probably going to put away one of the Thoughtseizes. And I think I'm going to grab the Bayou here, since it hides the most information about what the fuck I'm doing. So this is Infect. Their hand's not super fast. I'm kind of inclined to take the Brainstorm. I'll just have to be careful of the vines and the possibility of dying to it, but they fetch the Tiger. They're definitely looking to play that Ren and 6, which is not a big deal. Unless they find a Wasteland. I drew the fucking Jace again. Piece of shit. Yay, some fucking Doomsdays. See, I guess I have to take them, right? These Doomsdays are weird right now. But, like, I'm going to make a pass the turn pile next turn, probably. Just basically just hope that they don't find any, counter magic. There's not. I don't really have a better option at this point. So they go for the Ren and 6. So next turn they'll be able to play Kicked Vines plus Noble Hierarch, which will do 7 Infect to me. And if they have drawn an Invigorate or something along those lines, will put me in a bit of a bind. But it's definitely in my interest to just jam right now, because I don't really have any other options. So we're going to put a Brainstorm in the pile, and then Brainstorm's going to draw me LED Street Wraith. Brainstorm, LED Street Wraith, and we'll put another Brainstorm on the bottom. But I don't think we're going to need that other Brainstorm on the bottom. That's fine. So Brainstorm on the bottom, LED Street Wraith, Brainstorm, and pass turn. I hope I don't get boned. I can get Wastelanded here. That'll be okay. as long as they don't find counter magic. So they've had 3 draws to try and draw like Wasteland plus Daze or Force in a blue card, or I guess like double Daze or something. Or just like an Invigorate to just fucking kill me. But, you know. Oh boy, I was up to 7 viewers for a little while. Now I'm down to 3 viewers. Alright, so they're playing their Noble. And I know their hand consists of the Misty they picked back up plus a Vine. So there's their 3 mystery cards. One of them was a Pendelhaven. So there's only 2 mystery cards at this point. If they're not kicking the Vines, and they didn't activate Pendelhaven. So they're holding up Pendelhaven to protect the thing with Vines or something. I don't understand. They activated its ability again. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Oh, they don't even have an island, so Daze is off the table at this point. So let's think. Unless they drew... I think if they drew... They have the Misty in hand, they have... Yeah, if they drew exactly Force and a blue card as their mystery 2 cards, then I lose, but... We just... There's not a lot I can do about that, if that's what happened, so... Brainstorm, put back Doomsday, then Jace, play LED, play LED, crack, make a bunch of fucking blue mana, draw this clown, and fucking mill myself. Alright. Kind of feel like I got away with something a little bit there, but that's fine. So empty's going to come out. Decays are going to come in. Pushes are going to come in. I don't think Veil of Summer is good in this matchup. What else can come out? I think the Cabal Ritz will come out. And then... Could take out like a Preordain. Or 2. Do 2 Preordains. We'll try that. Arguably, I could take out... Well, I don't want to take out both Street Wraiths. I could maybe take one Street Wraith out. Let's try that instead of the one of the Preordains. You want to keep one Street Wraith in for piles like that to be able to put it in the pile. But since I'm kind of trying to play the control role here and play a slower game, I think it's probably safe to remove one of the Street Wraiths. That's a mulligan. This deck's doing that a lot. Even when I was playing 16 lands, it felt like I was doing it a lot. Alright, I'm going to keep this. I think I'm probably going to put the Preordain on the bottom. Although, it was kind of tempting to put the Doomsday on the bottom. But, interesting. I guess that's to synergize with Ren. So, I don't want to expose myself to Wasteland right now if I can avoid it. I'm going to fetch the basic Swamp. And then this could potentially get me the Trop if I decide I need the Decay. But I also have Push. There might be an argument for just pushing the Noble Hierarch there instead of Thoughtseizing. But we'll see. So they're thinking about dazing. Or they wanted to daze, it looked like, but they can't daze because of that thing. So that's good to know that I'm playing around a daze. Oh, and a Veil of Summer. Interesting. I think I'm supposed to take the Veil here. Because I have removal for most of their other threats. I want to try and keep their threats off the board here. Presumably they play a Blighted Agent. Which I think I'm supposed to... They didn't have a Wasteland or anything, right? Yeah, so I'm supposed to decay this so that I have a push for if I want to push the Inkmoth Nexus, which I can't decay. I'm probably a little incentivized to grab the Bayou here so that I have 3 black mana for my Doomsday. I do have another blue source now for Ponder, so that's fine. So there's another Hierarch. Did I know about another Hierarch? No. We can get rid of one of these Blighted Agents. I'm probably supposed to just kill this Blighted Agent as well. Okay, and they play the Inkmoth Nexus. We'll see. Let's see. There's a Dark Red. Dark Red's a good draw. Actually, right now, the only card left in their hand is Daze, right? I'm thinking it might be correct to just try and fade them drawing another counterspell and just play Dark Red Doomsday and hold up the Fatal Push so that I don't die to a surprise fucking, I don't know, what the fuck's it called? Become Immense. Or something. I don't even know if that would kill me at this point. I'm going to do that. Because I can beat a daze, so I'm just going to try and dodge the daze. Or dodge them drawing any other counter magic, I should say. This is a basic pass the turn pile here. Nothing fancy. Alright. That's it. Just passing the turn. They do have another draw if they want it with the Waterlogged Grove. Another draw. But I think I'm comfortable trying to jam to so they didn't draw what they were hoping for on that first draw, it would seem. So now they ponder. So that's kind of a bad sign. Can you get a pile with duress to be extra sure? I don't think there is a way. Like, if I passed more than one turn, I could have potentially fit a duress in. I don't think there is any way to fit a duress into that pile. But I can beat double daze here, actually. They're taking a long time on this ponder. I wonder if they found... So they didn't shuffle. I wonder if they found, like, 2 Invigorates or something. Like an Invigorate and then another Invigorate. And are just going to try to kill me. No, they just play a Trop. A Brainstorm. Okay, so they get to see one more card. I'm assuming that they didn't find interaction in those other 2. If I had fetched a little differently here, I could potentially have the mana so that even if they counter my Ponder, I could still, like, if I had another blue mana, I would be able to naturally draw the 3 wishes and potentially use that to try to go off again if they counter my Ponder. But I kind of I'm just gonna push. I was trying to play a little bit around potential Wasteland with Run and 6 because I'd seen the Run and 6 last game, and I think it's probably unlikely to make a difference here. Interesting. So crop rotation. Okay, so now I know they probably only have a daze left in hand, which is fine. I can beat the daze. And this thing isn't going to kill me. Oh, unless they found, like... Huh, what are they doing? Okay, Veil of Summer. Sure. Okay. They drew one more card. I don't know what they could possibly have with just one card in hand and no blue mana available that could win them the game right now. So I think we're in a good spot. I guess they could have a fucking Mind Break Trap or something, but I've never known this deck to play Mind Break Traps. I fucking hate this. This is a really good reason, in my opinion, to not play 3 Wishes. Because it fucking mixes it in with all the rest of your exiles, and you gotta go fishing around for your shit. So fucking annoying. Whoops, that's not even my exile pile. Here we go. Alright. That's good. Good place to start. Quick 2-0 against Infect. Nice stretch in the morning. We got another match. I might have to shit soon. Maybe after this match. I need to take a little break for the poop. A little poop break. Mezriz. I don't think I've seen you in my chat before, Mezriz. Are you... Do you new? Did you peeking in first time? Or are you a frequent lurker or something? I haven't streamed in a while, so frequent lurker probably doesn't describe anybody in here at this point. Alright. Interesting hand. This is probably keepable. And just try and shoot off that empty real quick. Looks like miracles. I don't have the Valk in my deck anymore, which is kind of funny. I'm gonna grab Basic Island here, just in case they're playing Rug Delver. Okay, I think I want to keep all of these. I'm really getting punished for not keeping the Valk in my deck, but that's fine. I think this turn I'm probably just gonna go for some discard. Grab the basic swamp. Thoughtseize. And this is probably a brainstorm or something. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be miracles. I haven't had a chance to try this matchup yet, to test it at all. So it's going to be interesting. Alright, so these mentors are going to make my empty super bad. I'm going to take the force a negation. And I expect they're just going to slam Mentor next turn. Obviously, they didn't like any of the cards that they had there. That doesn't do them any good. Interesting. I wonder if they thought they were going to get the Brainstorm back on top of their deck to have a blue card to go with the Force Will, and they forgot that they need 3 or more other islands for it to enter untapped, and it only triggers when it enters untapped. I don't think this card is super good. It's like a weird grindy land. I guess you can sneak one into your deck and that's okay, but I don't know. I'm dubious anyway. So them having Mentor is making this fucking empty look super bad. I think I gotta bottom both of those. I drew a Street Wraith. Alright. They drew the fucking Force of Will. Sure, get your shit out of here. I'm gonna die really fast. They probably are just gonna play out the second Mentor. And then I'm gonna die at light speed if they start drawing cantrips. I suppose a Doomsday here. Okay, I think I have to play this Jace. And use him to start drawing cards. I can fairly safely mill them if this resolves. If they drew another blue card, it might just get eat a force here. Which isn't so bad. I'm basically drawing to Doomsday at this point. Actually, Doomsday or a Wishclaw Talisman wins me the game if I untap. And they don't have counter magic. They're really thinking hard about this. Makes me think they did draw a blue spell, but they let me have it. So I'm gonna mill them. Fucking bug. Where are these fucking little bugs coming from? Mill the counterbalance and a Force of Will. And I drew a land. Can I play that land? I can. Alright. Those are good hits. But I also makes me wonder if they've got... Now they probably have shit in their hand to go with this stuff. How do you win with Doomsday if Jace dies? There is no other win con. I mean, I have this empty, so I could make a bunch of goblins, I guess. But Jace really is the only win con in this deck. If Jace got countered there, though, I would be able to get it out of the graveyard with Doomsday. So Jace getting countered there isn't, or dying now, is not really a concern, per se. Because I would still be able to resolve Doomsday. The real concern is that they probably have a bunch of counter magic in their hand because I know that they had a Force of Will and there's no way they don't have blue cards at this point. So they really want to make sure Jace dies for some reason. Unless they have 3 more spells they can cast right now and they're just going to kill me. That would be interesting. Because they could force this Swords to Splash. No, they don't have... They would need to force in another blue card, which would take one of their spells. So I'm just going to hit yield through this turn. But yeah, I think I'm pretty dead next turn. So they sent one at Jace and one at me, which is interesting. Jace is down to 1. And that's fine, because, like, okay, Brainstorm's a pretty hot draw. I'm going to do this again first, I think. Because if I can do a Doomsday, it's not going to matter much if Jace can activate or not. He just needs to be on board. And of course I drew Hot Trash. I guess the game plan here is nope, I just die because I don't have red mana for this empty. I guess I could try and rip a Lotus Petal. Okay. Yeah, so not having the Valk in my deck is punishing the fuck out of me right now. Ponder. Huh. This is probably just going to get countered. Spell Pierce. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to concede. Alright, so post-board versus Miracles, I want those. I want those. Do I want Saheeli? Saheeli could be okay in this matchup. As just a way to generate tokens and stuff. I kind of don't think so. I feel like that's more for like discard heavy matchups, but I could be wrong. And then I don't think this empty is going to be worth it in this matchup. I can probably cut the Cabal Ritz and then a couple Preordains. The only downside of cutting empty is it does make me pretty all in on this Jace. Maybe I should be playing the Saheelis. I don't know how I feel about removing all of those preordains, though. But it's fucking too late now. Okay, so this is Saheeli. I'm going to keep this. I think this hand is going to be okay. So I'll just play out Underground Sea and pass. Next turn I can jam the Wishclaw. If it gets countered, that's okay. And then the turn after that, I'll jam Saheeli. And then hopefully be able to start making some tokens to clog up the board and stuff. Ooh, another Wishclaw Talisman. Alright. I'm going to grab the Bayou here. Actually, do I want Bayou? Yeah, that'll be fine. I can't get Bayou. I'll get Trop. That's fine as well. I wanted a green source so that I would have something to decay with if I found a decay. These Wishclaw Talismans might never get activated. They might end up just being like... I mean, they're fine as discard. I mean, as counterbait. The thing is, I just don't want to give my opponent the opportunity to tutor. So unless I think I can go off, I'm not going to be actually activating them. But they are an interesting card here. I'm going to play another one. Because I can activate them end step to basically get 2 cards exactly that I need, so I can kind of play draw go for a while and then like fix my hand and try and power through whatever they have. So Snapcaster Mage for nothing in their main phase, just getting a fucking threat on board. But that is interesting. That's going to open up the opportunity for me to slam this Saheeli, and hopefully they don't have any counter spells. Saheeli starts at a very large 5 loyalty. And I'll be able to get two tokens out of her. Okay, so that's getting forced. That's kind of to be expected. But now we're getting up to the point where, ooh, red mana, where the Wishclaws are going to be, like, I'm just going to try and wish up a kill. Probably just pass the turn here. Another brainstorm. Alright, I'm just going to pass. They probably still have a bunch of counter magic in their hand, but the fact that they only have basics and they don't have 2 blue sources is interesting anyway. It's, I don't know. I don't want to fucking run into a back to basics here, but I might just decay this Snapcaster. It's not really that big of a threat though, so it probably isn't worth it. Okay. Those were good draws. I think I want to shuffle. I might activate one wish. Well, if I activate one Wishclaw, I'm basically saying I'm going to try and kill right now. So I don't think I want to activate the Wishclaw right now, even though it's a shuffle. I'll probably just use a Ponder here as a shuffle effect. Okay, they're Pyroblasting, sure. I'm going to Thoughtseize. And I'm going to play out a Lotus Petal and pass. And the reason I'm playing out the Lotus Petal, okay, they're flustering that. That's fine too. They're really going deep, using up all these counter spells. I feel like they're definitely protecting a back to basics. And I feel like I'm going to play out this Lotus Petal and pass. And if they B2B here, I can decay it on my end step and untap. I am going to draw the 3 wishes next turn, which is a bit shit, but that's okay. No back to basics. What's going on in their hand? Give me a fetch land. More Pyroblasts, probably. Force pitch and counterbalance. Okay. So this is an interesting spot. If I wish for Wishclaw for Dark Writ plus Doomsday, and then draw like any mana source. Okay, so they got their second blue mana, but that means now they're just holding something up. Another fucking decay. Well, at least now I can spend a decay on this Snapcaster Mage, so I don't die to it. My draws have been kind of weak, and so it's put me in this weird spot where I think I'm gonna have to decay this. I don't know if I should have done it right then. Like, I don't know, because now if they do have the fucking what's it called, the back to basics, and they decay or they take my decay here, then I won't have a decay for the back to basics, and I'll be fucked. But how much fucking counter magic do they have, or have they had? They've had a ton. Like, how much do they have left is what I really want to know. So they took my decay, and they gave me this Thoughtseize. And now here comes the fucking back to basics that I totally just walked into like an asshole. Counterbalance. Okay. That's not a back to basics. I'm still in a weird fucking spot, though. Fucking A. I just, like, I don't even know what to do here. My draws have just been really pretty weak. Flooded Strand. I think I have to take this Brainstorm so they can't try to set up Counter Magic. And, like, I know next turn they're just drawing a Flooded Strand on Counterbalance. So, like, I'll have an opening. Oh, no, they can actually hard cast that Force Will next turn, can't they? I don't know which would have been better there. Maybe that was wrong. Alright. I'm going to Thoughtseize right now. Hopefully it doesn't get fucking countered. So did they know what was on top of their deck? Oh, they're just going to force the Thoughtseize. Because I was going to take it anyway. So they force the Thoughtseize, and then they don't have to reveal anything to counterbalance, so that I don't know what their next draw is going to be. Unless they just let it resolve anyway. They reveal the Ponder, and it just gets countered. Okay, well, so here's what's going to happen is I'm going to end step. I'm going to crack both these Wishclaws. I'm going to get Doomsday and Darkrit. And actually, do I want Doomsday and Darkrit? Maybe I want to just... maybe I want to just crack for Doomsday. And hope to draw, like, another mana source. So now they Ponder. I don't know what they get to set up on top, though. Maybe I'm supposed to get Cabalrit. Yeah. Doomsday Cabalrit. Actually, they're just going to force the Cabalrit, though, aren't they? Ugh. Yeah, I'm in a weird fucking spot here. Alright, but now I have to fucking... Oh, wait, I can only activate these on my turn, not on their end step. I've been thinking I could activate them on the end step the whole fucking time. I fucking... Well, that's a good draw, but I still kind of fucking porked this up. Ponder? Yeah, okay. Right, that's game. I know they have the Force in hand. Unless they crack this Prismatic Vista. To try and counter the LED. Yeah, that's just game, I think. Huh. They decide they want to counter this. And they still have a 1 on top. So I don't even get lucky with that. Oh, they let me exile. Very interesting. Huh. No, because they just forced the Saheeli, right? There isn't. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. This felt pretty awful. Um, I don't think my draws were super good, but I really felt like I had no way to. Admittedly, I don't know, I was probably using those Wishclaws a little wrong because I was thinking I could crack the end step and I needed to read the fucking card. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I never felt like I had a chance in that game. So whereas have found miracles to be a a favorable matchup with the frenzy list. I don't know how I feel about the Wishclaw. It's been like pretty underwhelming. Um, I just had two of them on board against miracles and never had an opportunity where it was like worthwhile to crack them. My draws were a little weak and I was a little tight on mana, but it just didn't feel like. But then on the other hand, like in my first match, I think I used one to just I played it on turn 2 and then tutored for a kill on turn 3. So like I don't know, it feels like it helps the goldfish and then doesn't help. Um, yeah, it doesn't. When I first saw Wishclaw Talisman, it was like search your library. I was hoping it would say and outside the game or whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it feels like it helps the goldfish and then doesn't help in actual play. I'm kind of tempted to keep this hand. I'm gonna do it. Um, it just needs a black source in a business spell, and I have some cantrips to try and find the black source. So I don't know. It might be okay, or I might just get fucked up right here. Yeah, like they're getting a swamp. So this is probably a storm mirror, is my guess. Oh, they might just be killing me. Okay, so it's reanimator. I wonder if it makes sense. Does it make sense to street wraith here? Make them think that I'm potentially on Death Shadow, since I'm probably losing right now. Well, now if I draw Dark Rich, I mean, if I draw a Lotus Petal, I win. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna pass the turn or let them do their thing. If they hit me with discard, I'm just gonna scoop it up. But if they don't, then I'm gonna try and draw the. If they don't find discard for some reason, I'll try and draw the Lotus Petal. I feel like most of the wins from this deck are coming in spite of Wishclaw Talisman. Admittedly, I don't have a ton of games with it, so it's really hard to judge, but it's like I just don't feel like Wishclaw Talisman has been contributing that much. It's more like, oh, I just naturally drew Doomsday and went off. I also I feel like this deck struggles against blue decks. Like I've played it the only blue deck that I've played was Delver, and I saw like 1 days from them the whole time. So, like anything that can, like I lost a quick 0-2 to Delver and to Miracles, with this deck, and I beat most of the non-blue decks. Although I did lose to Manaless Dredge in the practice room, so that's pretty bad. Yes, please follow me. I produce only the finest Doomsday content because it's the only Doomsday content. Therefore, the finest. I think I'm gonna get fucking thrashed here, though. They're taking a long ass time to play the ape deck. I know this deck is harder than it looks, but it's still a fucking ape deck if you ask me. Loot, loot, fucking. Looks like my cue to concede. Although they need another mana to be able to. Okay, I'm just gonna concede. No point in letting them see the hand. They've seen a Street Wraith, therefore thinking I'm on Death Shadow. That's the goal anyway. Now, my question is it worth it to bring in Veil of Summer here? It defends myself against their discard, but it doesn't do anything to stop their game plan if they have a proactive, just jam-in plan, so I don't think it's going to be worth it. And I'm almost tempted to just... Well, so Empty Thorns is definitely coming out, because that card's bad and probably shouldn't be in the main deck unless I have a red land in the main deck, because I've already gotten punished for that. So definitely some questionable deck building here. Cabal Writ's coming out for sure, and I have 2 slots left. I'm kind of tempted to take out a Wishclaw Talisman because it's slow in this matchup, and I would rather play like a more controlling role, and I'll take out a Preordain as well, and we'll submit. I don't want to cut all the Wishclaws because like I don't want to lose too much consistency, but this is interesting. This is not good enough. I don't think it's good enough. Okay, I'll keep this. Probably put the Lotus Petal on the bottom. And we'll go grab the fucking Underground Sea. Whoa. Doomsday is such a meme, my low. Used to play Sea. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much only play Doomsday and Legacy, and I've had... I don't know. I've had some success with it. I don't play a ton of leagues, but I did 5-0 a while back now. I was 4-1 at like table 2 in or the second, for like table 4 or something. I think I was in 8th place in SCG Syracuse Classic and round 5, and then the fucking wheels came off. And I've top aided some like local 1Ks and stuff, but that's about it. It's the deck is fun though. I think the frenzy version at least is pretty powerful. That's a good draw. Let's see if we can find a Dark Rit to go with it. Yeet. All right. So, barring a swift and painful death, why is the screen size so cut? Is that your computer or just straight setting? I'm not sure what you're referring to. You mean like why is my Magic Online screen small? It's probably because this is on my laptop screen. I have a second monitor, but I keep Streamlabs on my second monitor and my Magic Online on my laptop screen because I don't have like an external webcam, so I use my laptop webcam. So it makes more sense to me to be looking into the camera and at the screen at the same time. But I'm open to feedback for sure about my production values. So I'm just making a pass turn pile here. I wonder, is it worth it to fucking play around potential Moon Man. Because I do have the mana to do that. I think it's pretty unlikely that they brought in the Moon Man, but it's not impossible. And so I'm willing to play around it. See if they found the looting. Maybe another Entomb then. Yep. Alright, so I'm kind of just on the hope that they can't reanimate something that will stop me playing at this point. Why did they use the reanimate? Instead of... Didn't they have an animate dead? Because now they can only draw 7? Oh, it's because they wanted... If they drew another thing they could reanimate, they wanted to be able to animate dead that. And they prefer to only be able to draw 7. No, because then they still would have been at a high enough life total to oh, no, they wouldn't. Not after they paid 7 life. Right? So it depends a lot on the build. For what it's worth, the older lists with Sensei's Divining Top especially, and then after the top ban but before the probe ban, even a little after the probe ban, I guess, when I was playing like the Draw Force and stuff, basically before we started playing Experimental Frenzy for the most part, and before Jace Wielder of Mystery got printed, there was a lot more of the like big brain lines. At this point, there's often kind of just a simple line, especially if you're playing Jace as your main win con. If you're playing Tendrils, you sometimes have to be a little more convoluted. But even in the Frenzy list, you can like loop Doomsdays and Collective Brutalities to like cast a shitload of Collective Brutalities and kill someone that way, which is neat and is sometimes actually the win con you need. So yeah, so I fucking got boned because I put Wishclaw Talisman in as my cantrip, instead of just a normal ass cantrip because I was playing around something that didn't exist. So that was fucking stupid. That was my bad. I totally didn't see artifact destruction as a I should have been playing around artifact destruction more than playing around fucking Magus of the Moon. But fucking that's what I get for wanting to actually try and activate a Wishclaw Talisman at some point. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, lines are pretty straightforward right now. The frenzy lists that seem to be the best right now, and and having Jace, Wielder of Mystery, as your main win con, make piles a lot more straightforward. This hand probably doesn't do anything. Alright, I can keep that. I'll just put a Lotus Petal on the bottom. I feel like this deck mulligans remarkably poorly for the number of cantrips it plays. This looks like it's another fucking Reanimator deck. That's just great. Just what I wanted to see. It is kind of curious that they went right for that Entomb, though. There's some useless cards. Okay. I'd say go for it. It's a lot of fun. It's interesting. I think it's a lot more powerful than people realize. Maybe not the particular list that I'm playing, but like the frenzy list. Um, Thoughts use me. I'm just gonna concede. I don't. That concession might appear premature, but my hand was pretty far off from winning, and I think it's unlikely that they were just completely dead there, because if they were, they wouldn't have just entombed right away. Like they probably would have held onto the entomb for longer to not give away as much info. So I just don't think there's a lot of value to me showing them what I'm on when at that point all they'd seen was a basic island and a preordain. Um, but unfortunately, this is not a good matchup. Oh, that hand's not good. This doesn't have blue mana. Okay. I guess I can try this. Let me think here. I guess I'm putting one of the Doomsdays on the bottom, right? So I just go Darker Doomsday LED. And then what? I guess I just have to hope they don't have a discard spell. And I can, yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think if there was a way I could set it up so that if they did discard me, I would be able to use either the Wishclaw Talisman or the Ponder to kill with. But I don't think there is. Unless maybe there is. If I go like Underground Sea, 3 Wishes, LED, LED Jace. And then I pile it like this. I Jace, LED, 3 Wishes, LED, Underground Sea. So this means that I'll lose out on a turn, but if they don't go off right away, then I can make it work, even if they hit me with this one discard spell. Do I have the frenzy list somewhere? Yes, I do. Give me a minute. After this match, I can post it up, or maybe if someone else, if Reverse Mermaid is still in the chat, they can post a list if they've got it. But yeah, after this match, I'll go dig up a list. If you go on to like MTG top 8, or I know my list is on TC Decks. So if you go onto TC Decks and you look for Doomsday in Legacy, you should be able to find my recent 5.0 list, or relatively recent 5.0 list. It was a couple months ago at this point. And then and a couple other people who have had some results with the frenzy list. And you might be able to find, like, I think Ape of Justice's challenge top 8 list is on MTG Goldfish if you prefer MTG Goldfish. But yeah, I'm kind of just getting fucking blown out here. So they're unmasking me, but I'm gonna fucking die to this Grizzlebrand before the Wishclaw Talisman plan works out. I don't know which they're gonna take though. I feel like they're gonna take the Wishclaw Talisman because I don't have a blue mana source, but I could have put a blue mana source on top of my deck. We'll see what they do. Probably they're still gonna be able to reanimate something else and just off me. If not this turn, then next turn. So Dark Grit, Entomb something, Unearth something. Yeah. Okay. Good enough for me. So yeah, pretty weak showing so far. I definitely, I feel like I've made maybe some deck building mistakes by not having a red land I can fetch for if I'm actually going to play the empty main deck. But Wishclaw feels a lot less powerful than Burning Wish does. A lot less versatile. So I don't know. I'm not too high on it right now. I'll try and win match 4, so I mean match 5, so I can at least get my fucking 50 tickets back. If not the full 100, but hopefully this doesn't take too long because I still have to poop. It's time to play. Oh, there we go. Got pair. Bombs. I feel like I know this username, but I don't know what they play. But this hand is fine, so I'll just keep it. This might be the first 7 I've kept all day. I don't know why this deck feels like it mulligans so poorly. I feel like it shouldn't, but I think that's probably one of the advantages of, oh great, just what I needed. Getting fucking punished for not duressing right away. Alright, so I'm going to brainstorm in response here. So I'm actually not in that bad of a spot because I have this Cabal Ritual. Ooh, and those Lotus Petals are pretty good too. Because those Lotus Petals are going to let me play, even if they follow this up with a Blood Moon, they're going to let me play through the, let me play through a fucking Blood Moon. Jesus. So I'm just going to make a pass a turn pile here. There's literally no reason to do anything else. Three wishes. LED. LED. I wonder. I could beat. Bear with me here. I could beat a Trinisphere next turn. If I make my pile Street Wraith, Jace, and then 2 cards that don't matter. So I'm gonna do that. Assuming that I don't get blown out with a big, that's weird. Why is there a preordain that got clicked? There are a couple ways I could lose. I don't think that 4 mana choose 3 or whatever spell is going to be of concern. But they could do a bunch of damage to me with that, and I wouldn't be able to activate both my Street Wraiths. This 3 wishes is going on the bottom, but yeah, this plan should beat just about anything else that they can play. Okay, it's Eldrazi. That's fine. If this is a Thought-Knot Seer, I don't need this Preordain, which is good. Yep. Alright, so probably no Trinispheres in this deck. Assuming this is just like normal ass Eldrazi Stompy. But we'll see. Cool. Alright, and then in this matchup, we definitely want the Decays, and we definitely want the Hercles. And I think that empty is probably fine to stay in there. So what's going to come out? The Duresses on the draw at least aren't very good. And then a Preordain can come out as well. And we'll just submit that. And hopefully I can just get a quick kill here and not have to fuck around too much longer. I don't think that's very good. Super vulnerable to a Chalice on a 1. No business, no interaction. Okay. I will be keeping that. I wonder if it makes sense to hang on to the Thoughtseize. It probably does. I'm going to put back a Lion's Eye Diamond. This way I can potentially Thoughtseize on turn 1 if they don't play the Chalice, but it looks like they're going to play a Chalice on 1. Sorcerer's Spyglass. That's annoying, because that's going to hit my Scalding Tarn probably. Unless they decide to name Lion's Eye Diamond. Or they might name Jace, actually. But I think Tarn is the hit here. Yep, they named Jace, so that's not actually that bad. And a Chalice on 0, that's pretty bad. Interesting. Interesting. Another Doomsday. Well, at least I can still Thoughtseize them here. Those... Whoops. My fetch land setup is probably a little whack. I probably should just have, instead of like 2 Misty, 2 Tarn, which I think I'm on, I probably should have 2... probably should be like 2... 2 Misty, 2 Verdant or something like that, or 3 Misty, 1 Verdant, but I don't have Verdants. So it could just be 4 Misty, could be correct. I don't know. But not being able to fetch up the green source with the Tarns is a little awkward. So I'm in a very interesting spot right here. They don't really have a lot going on. The Chalice on zeros are annoying. But I could cast Doomsday. And then... Let's see. If I cast Doomsday, I could build like... No, there isn't really anything that's going to get me there. I'm still a little ways off. I mean, I could pass like 3 or 4 turns. I could do like Island, Jace, Brainstorm. But that's like a lot of turns to pass. So I don't think there's a lot to be gained from me Doomstaying right now. Actually, let me think about that. I could pass 2 turns. I could do Doomsday and draw Hurkyl's Recall, and then Hurkyl's Recall. That's probably good enough. I just hope they don't draw anything. So Hurkyl's, Preordain, and Jace, and then some cards that don't matter. So I need to fade 2 more turns from them, basically. So that Cloud Post is one of their draws. They drew that at some point. So right now I know their hand is the Big Mog, and then Glimmer Post. Not Glimmer. Oh yeah, Glimmer Post. And some other card at this point, I think. Anyway, I'm going to pass turn. Hopefully I just don't die, and then I can kill him next turn. Another Cloud Post. Okay. You dead. Oh, am I getting Warping Wailed? Oh, fuck, that's a blowout. That's a big oof. This is kind of funny. If I put a Brainstorm here instead of the Preordain, I could have played around the Warping Wail, but that just wasn't even on my radar. Probably should have been on my radar. It's not, I feel like it's an uncommon choice, but it's not super duper uncommon. So that's my mistake. This hand is so close. If something in here is a Lotus Petal. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. So they mulligan. I'm basically just hoping they don't have a turn 1 Chalice on 1. So they kept 6. So the real question is, do I ponder to try and find another land, or do I just set up a pass a turn pile? I think I want to just ponder. I don't want to go all in case they do find the Chalice. Oh, fuck. This hand's so weak. I think I have to shuffle this even though it has the Hercules. Okay. So, I have... Okay. That's good. Chalice on 0. Of course. You son of a bitch. That's annoying. Well, I have another Wishclaw Talisman. I guess I'm going to play... What do I do here? I could play the Wishclaw Talisman, go get Hercules Recall, try and go off. I'd still need a third land. Being able to activate and then Hercules with the Wishclaw Talisman back to my hand would be kind of wild. Let me think for a second here. Chalice is on 0. See, if I just played the Lion's Eye Diamond out, I would be in a better spot too. This is kind of annoying. I guess I'm just going to go... I'm going to play out a Wishclaw Talisman. This hand was maybe a questionable keep. Thought not. Sorcerer Spyglass. Okay. That's going to hit the Wishclaw Talismans, I presume. So now I need to either find an answer to this Chalice, or... Yeah, so they pick Wishclaw Talisman. So I need to find an answer to the Chalice, or I need to be able to plow through that Chalice. I think I'm going to brainstorm. Another land is good. So I'll put back Wishclaw Talisman. It's not doing anything for me. I'll put back Lion's Eye Diamond because it's not doing anything for me. Ponder here. Jace in hand is an interesting proposition, but not good enough, I don't think. Actually, yes. I will draw the Jace. We'll fucking go for it here. I'm going to cast Doomsday, and then next turn I can make a pile that's like Street Wraith, Island, and we're going to do something similar to what I did in game 1. So for the Rubmans, I'll put in 2 Wishclaw Talismans that they've named. As my bottom 2 cards, and hopefully they don't just have, another Sorcerer Spyglass for Jace, or which I guess isn't the end of the world, or another like a Thought Knot Seer that would take the Jace, because that would be the end of the world. Shitty traders. Even like a Reality Smasher here would actually be the end of the world. Although I guess that Locust, Cloud Post is only making 1 mana. They could still smash. They could still play a Smasher. Grim Monolith. They could play something much larger than a Smasher as well. Okay, nothing. I wonder if they're holding up Warping Wail again. That would be cute. That would be a cute trick that doesn't do anything. All right. So I got half my money back. I guess that could be worse. So let's look at the list real quick. I'm gonna wrap up soon, but just looking at the list, I think there's some improvements that could be made. I was pretty underwhelmed on the whole by Wishclaw Talisman, but I don't think that's necessarily a reason to give up on the list just yet. Get it a little more organized here. So yeah, I mean, like, these Saheelias are pretty questionable. They probably aren't good. I think I would rather play Sylvan Library as like a grindy card. Maybe as many as 2 Sylvan Libraries. The rest of the sideboard is pretty alright. I'm reasonably okay with this sideboard. I definitely wish I could squeeze a Volk in if I'm going to be trying to play empty in the main deck. And I feel like empty in the main deck is like... Here's a thought. Play ad nauseum in the main deck instead of empty. My only concern is like your converted mana, average converted mana cost is on the high side. With all these 5s and 4s, I mean, I know Ant plays some 5s and 4s, but they don't also play all these 3s. I don't know. I'd have to do the math, but having the Street Wraiths in the deck makes ad nauseum potentially substantially worse. But it might just be a better than Empty the Warrens. But then that kind of starts begging the question, like, why not just play Ant? What advantage does this list have over Ant? Whereas like the Frenzy list has a decidedly stronger, in my opinion anyway, decidedly stronger grindy plan, and because you have 4 frenzies in the deck that are like basically 1-card combos against discard and are like 1-card powerful card advantage engines that last for more than 1 turn. So I think there's at least an argument for playing the frenzy list over something like Ant. Also, they're much cooler. But yeah, it's definitely... I'm not sure why you play this over Ant, except that it's not as soft a Grave Hate with the Doomsday, so I don't know. I don't know if ad nauseum is the right call there. Maybe even something like Echo of Aeons in the main deck as something to refuel, or like yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have an Echo on hand to try that. But anyway, I'm gonna log off for now. So thanks for watching. I wish that league had gone a little bit better, but at least I got a little something for my troubles. So thanks for watching.